Alright, welcome back to Carl's Off the Grid. This is going to be a little bit different video than what I usually have. On this video, I do 2 videos a month that are dedicated towards a special competition that I'm in with my fellow YouTubers. It's called Shedwars. And what it is we have 4 different teams from all over the world. We're competing to see who can raise the most produce at their homes or at their farms or their homesteads. And for my team, I'm on Team Woodcutter. If you want to see any of the competition that's going on, you can check out Arkansas Woodcutter's YouTube channel, and he has a special playlist in there that includes everybody from our team and the other 3 teams that are involved in the competition. So today what we're going to do, I'm kind of rushed because of it's been raining on and off here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to plant the garden, and when we're done planting the garden, well, first of all, let me back up. I'll show you what plants that we're entering into the competition. I'm going to go ahead and plant my garden. I'm going to be one of the smaller groups of people that are planting. My garden isn't very big. I have limited space, but I make the best of the space that I do have. So I'll show you what's going in the regular garden. I do have some things that come up on a regular basis. I'll be harvesting some rhubarb later on in this video. And then when you are at an area where you have limited space, I'll show you some ideas on things that you can do to help save yourself when you have limited growing areas. One thing that comes to mind are my pole beans. I usually don't even put my pole beans in my garden because of lack of space, but I'll show you where I do put them. All this and more coming up pretty soon, so follow me in this video and let's get to work. Okay friends, I haven't ever done this before, so this is going to be an experiment for this year. I'm going to cheat and put some of this ground fabric down. I never did it before, however, I'm having problems with blight in my garden, and so I've treated it with some secret stuff that Arkansas Woodcutter had told me about, and I'm also going to try putting this fabric down to keep any of that soil from splashing on the bottom of my tomato plants, and we'll see how it goes. But if you notice in the background, we got a good start on the raspberries already, so I'm excited to get some raspberry jam this year. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with that. That's it for tomato plants in this garden. I'll have more in another one of my gardens. Now for the peppers. Can you get the scissors over here for me?
Running.
That's a better job. And now for the peas. I gotta take a pee. And last but not least for tonight, zucchini. Okay guys, we had to take a little bit of break there because of the rain, but I have a couple hidden spots in my yard where I grow things as well. If you notice down here, ready to harvest, we've got a bunch of rhubarb. So we've gone over the garden. In the garden I have my raspberries, my peas, various types of peppers, a variety of different tomato plants, my rhubarb, and check out some of these things that I'm growing. Okay guys, because I'm working on limited space, I've got to get creative. So underneath our old windmill that we have here, I went ahead and I planted 2 pole bean plants that'll be climbing up the windmill for its trellis. I've got onion plants that are in this pot that we're going to be harvesting a little bit later on. You already saw the rhubarb that we had back there. Oh yeah, come on, follow me once. I got to show you some more things that I have. And then here next to the house, I've got 3 big boy tomatoes that are planted in pots, and those will move around the yard accordingly during the summer. I'm sure they'll find a new home. They're going to need cages on them. And I just wanted to show you what I have entered into the Shedwars competition. Now let's go harvest that rhubarb that we saw. You can see we got our first harvest already. Is rhubarb. Ooh, I'm not a big rhubarb fan, but my sister loves it, and we use it to barter with her on other things. But obviously I'll weigh this in for this competition. This is our first harvest that we have. My wife uses this in our in some of the jams and things that she makes, and along with her apple pie. It tastes real good. So all right, we've got our first harvest in, and I'll go ahead and clean this up, and I'll get a weight and keep track of the first harvest. I can't remember what else we have. I'm doing all this in probably the smallest garden out of all of us guys that are doing this challenge. It's only 11 feet by 11 feet. But you'll be amazed at the amount of food that I get out of here. Now you're going to probably some of you are wondering why so much focus on tomatoes. Well, I come from a family that has always been resourceful and always done our own crop growing. My brother's got a farm that's absolutely huge, and my sisters are just nuts about gardening. So what I'll do is I'm the tomato guy, and I'll raise a lot of tomatoes, and then if their gardens do a little bit better with other types of vegetables, we'll swap and go from there. But for this challenge, I'm gonna weigh only the things that I've produced, and I'll show you just my end of it. So disregard what I said about my brothers and sisters, because that really does nothing for this challenge. Just wanted to let you know for what I do in my personal life. So, all right, we're gonna plant a tiny garden, but we're gonna come up with a ton of produce. So thank you for joining Carl's Off the Grid on Shedwars challenge. And let's go team Arkansas Woodcutter.